We know nothing. I love when people are like, there's no ghosts, no aliens, no God. I go, oh, really? I go, what are you? What do you think you are? Like this, like, psychedelic monkey, like, on a fucking floating rock in infinity, and you're fine? I'm like, you're terrifying. I'm like, I'm one of you also, but I'm scared of myself. Like,
yeah, I don't think anyone really knows.
We don't know anything.
Because, yeah, we really don't. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Maximum Zach. On today's episode, we have Christopher Mansfield of FENCES. We talked about sliders and snackers. We talked about his music. We talked about the Paul Rudd rule. And we talked about Daniel Day-Lewis doing stand-up. Let's get into it.
That is the one thing that fucking terrifies me. One time I was on German television, and I had a panic attack, and I had to leave. And I'm live. Because they were like, Dusche, FENCES, and I was like, and it cut to me holding a mic, and I just sat it down, and I wandered off fucking view and screen. And I went, and my manager literally hugged me. He's like, don't worry, my mom has panic attacks too. I was like,
oh my God.
So yeah, let's not do that.
Yeah.
And you don't speak German, I assume.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh yeah.
How's it going, dude? How are you?
It's going good, man. Happy to be here.
Yeah. No, I'm happy to have you, dude. I love the music. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay. So I'm in a band called FENCES, and it basically started after Berklee College of Music. I was going for jazz. And then I heard Elliott Smith, and it sort of broke me. Like I said, okay, I'm going to sell my bass and no more jazz fusion, and I'm going to buy an acoustic guitar. I played basement shows, and then people liked them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I just kept doing it forever. And it's kind of a really Jewel-esque kind of like archetype. Like we're like, oh, I did like coffee shops, but I did. And it eventually worked,
Oh, that's fucking awesome, dude.
That's really it.
That has to be such a cool feeling, like, to like do a show and then everyone likes it,
Yeah.
Like
it was interesting because I sang really quiet because I was. Can you curse here?
Oh yeah, you can curse.
I was fucking terrified.
Yeah.
So I was whispering, but then like the girls would come up to be like, "Your voice was so soft." And I'm like, well, it wasn't on purpose. I was afraid of you. So that kind of influenced the whole sad guy thing. I think that maybe none of them will admit it, those who are still alive, is that a lot of the sad sort of delivery comes from fear of the listener.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, that makes perfect sense. And it works really well for you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, man.
Yeah. So was there where's like one of the craziest places like you've been, or what's one of your favorite places that you've went because of music?
Probably, I would say Slovenia.
Where is that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's real.
Like
I think I just went to bed and I woke up there.
Yeah.
No, it's I think it's 375,000 people is like that's how many people are there.
Yeah.
And it's where the origin of dragons came from. So if you go to a gift shop, they have like dragon mugs and stuff.
Oh, that's really cool.
But I went to a restaurant that had no electricity, no power. And it was all like candle. It was like Lord of the Rings, and they only got food from like the land. And the owner came to my table, and he picked an eyeball out of a fish and like tossed it in the air and hit it with a knife into my mouth. What? You know what I mean? Like stuff like. And then he did a weird little dance, and then he threw the knife into the wall.
Yeah.
And then he brought me back and was like, here's how we make our food. And I'm like, this is just fire. It's fire. And it was, in his defense, it was the best food I've ever had.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Yeah, I was like, when you said Slovenia, I was either thinking like dragons or like vampires or something.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Probably.
What about the town in Ohio? Is that the one you're talking about?
No, it's definitely European.
European.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, there's no way dragons came from Ohio. What the
Yeah,
hell?
no.
I mean, there's some. There's probably like a weird like gang of like BMX kids called the Dragons.
we're the
in Ohio.
Dragons.
Yes, they beat me up once.
Yeah, if we don't win this race, we're gonna fucking tear down the skate park.
Exactly.
Or some stupid shit like that.
It borders the Alpine Mountains, so that actually makes a lot of sense. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, beautiful place.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's awesome. So what are like your influences just in general?
I would say when I was younger, hearing like a Prayer by Madonna,
Yeah.
Fast Car, Tracy Chapman, In Your Eyes, Peter Gabriel, Nothing Compares to You, Sinead O'Connor, those kind of real giant 80s like anthems kind of tore me up as a kid. My mother would play them. And then my uncle, Chris, who I'm named after, and also Christ, I suppose. He gave me a bunch of Rush tapes.
Oh,
like
hell yeah.
prog rock. So I got really into that, and through prog, through trying to play like Geddy Lee, I started to play like Chris Squire, and then I went into like Stanley Clark, and then Jaco Pastorius. So I went from fusion or prog to fusion, and then I had that ultimate kind of the collapse of that narrative, hearing Elliot, because I was living in Boston trying to, transcribe Charlie Parker solos. And then I hear a guy just being like, I walk down Alameda, shuffling your deck. And I was like, wait, there it is. And then that's
Like a eureka moment.
yeah,
Hell
exactly. I mean, you hear that. I mean, you hear there's always someone who is going to make or break you. Like, I mean, I think I said this one time when I heard Elliot. I don't know if it ruined my life or made it, because had I not heard him at that moment, maybe I'd be like playing slap bass for like a Snickers commercial right now.
Yeah.
Which would have been
yeah.
nice, you know?
Yeah, that was not the worst thing, but
No, there's some money there.
Can we get some of that Snickers money?
yeah, I
wanna
know,
sponsor the
right?
show?
Like, do you guys want
Yeah.
to sponsor the pod, or if you have like a healthy version of Snickers or something? Like,
Yeah, like
Snackers.
yeah,
Snackers.
that's a KFC thing. It used to be. It used to be a sandwich.
Used to be.
Yeah.
Oh, I definitely ate a lot of those in Boston. the
Yeah,
Snackers.
I used to frequent the Snackers, dude. Now they're called Chicken Littles, I think. You know,
It's kind of cuter, but
it's cuter, but
do you think that it's more manipulative, like, because it's cuter? They want people to get it more now?
yeah, I feel that. And also they made them smaller. Like, they used to be kind of like, it used to be like sort of like bang for your buck thing, but now
Well, it was like a 12-inch tortilla, really. Well, was it? I think 9, maybe. But now we're talking about something else.
yeah. It was it's like a little bun. Mm-hmm. And
Oh,
it's-
there was a bun.
Yeah, it's like a bun, and it's on the bun, and it's just like a chicken sandwich, pretty much, before like everyone got obsessed with chicken sandwiches from Popeyes. And
I
all
thought that was
stuff.
called a zinger, isn't? No.
That's a different thing, I think.
That's the spicy version, but the Chicken Littles, I
Yeah.
think, were the same size as like the White Castle burgers, right?
Yeah.
They're like the same. Yeah.
A slider,
yeah.
and they call it a slider because they just slide them.
Yeah.
I don't
They
know.
slide them.
Yeah.
And I think it's so funny that we're talking about this.
I know. Here we go. We're getting to
Here
the
we
real,
go.
the real truth.
Yeah. Oh my god, I haven't had White Castle in forever.
You know what? I'm only happy that I had it because I had it in like Bushwick
Yeah.
in like 2003 when it was like bulletproof glass. Like
Yeah,
it was like,
that's
can I
usually
please
how they
order?
are.
And I'm like looking around, and it was really good. But
Yeah.
ever since, no, I have not had it.
Yeah, it's not something you should have like all the time.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Did you guys ever do the Crave Case challenge?
Yes.
Because I used to do that. Like every year growing
Yeah.
up, I would do that with a friend. And like by the time we hit 25, I was like, oh, I can't do this anymore. My body hates me.
You have to eat a lot in a certain amount of
You
time.
have to eat the entire Crave Case, essentially.
How
By
much is it?
yourself.
Isn't it 20 or
It's 30.
25?
It's 30.
It's 30?
Yeah.
They have a thing called a Crave Crate too, which is like it's bigger.
Well, now I'm gonna see how many.
I wonder how
Crave
many
Crate.
how many more burgers that is.
They're gonna keep making up names, and it gets to like 120. Like, dude. Well, that's what a lot of marketing is. It's like a clever name.
Yeah,
That's really all
literally.
it is.
Clever name, same poison.
Yeah, same thing.
It's literally.
I think sometimes they just rename shit too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, that
100%.
burger didn't work. Let's call it like the Zesty Mahalo.
Yeah.
People are like, yeah, we love it. It's like, that's the fucking same shit you didn't
It's
like before.
literally no different.
Yeah.
Crave Crate was 100. Crave Case was 30.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't think any like. There's probably tons of mukbang videos on YouTube of people fucking like doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is a very bizarre phenomenon, I think.
It is like I don't.
I get it. Like, there was a girl I knew in Nashville. We were hanging out one time and we got drunk or something,
Yeah.
in Nashville, whatever. The next day, she woke up and she sent me a video of like a girl eating a lot of spaghetti, and she's like, when I'm hungover, I watch this, and I was like, whoa, not me. I don't do that. And she tried to explain to me the comfort of it. You know what I mean?
What?
And I was like, you're great, but I don't follow you with this. You know? I think I just wrote back like, I think I might have just like thumbs up the thing, so I didn't have to like engage.
That's so funny.
Yeah, people are strange though.
Yeah. No, I feel like if I was hungover and watching someone do a mukbang, I would puke. Dude, like,
Same.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. I mean,
Yeah.
to me, it's almost like it's essentially pornography, because you're not having sex, you're watching sex. You're not eating,
Yeah.
you're watching eating. So it's like you're
I'm
not
even
doing,
looking at
you're
that.
watching. And it's very weird. I think it's I wouldn't call it voyeurism, because it's almost like you are trying to just optically like kind of enjoy what they're doing through like this weird osmosis,
Yeah.
which is interesting.
No, that is really interesting. I never even thought of it that way.
Yeah.
That's
You're like, I don't go
crazy.
too deep with mukbang.
Yeah, no,
I'm like, I
but,
think about
like-
it all day.
But I appreciate the I appreciate that. Oh my god. So where did you grow up at?
Well, I was born in Brockton, Massachusetts,
Okay.
which is the home of Rocky Marciano, Italian
Oh hell yeah.
boxer, is undefeated heavyweight. But it was interesting because my father was he rode for Yamaha motocross. And
Oh,
he was
that's
number
cool.
3 in the world. He was
That's really
insanely
awesome.
good. But he was also 17.
Yeah.
And my mom was 16. And she worked at a racetrack in Arizona.
Yeah.
He goes over there.
Yeah.
Here I am. And then I went back to Boston to live with his parents. I won't say their names. I mean, who cares? But
Yeah.
they were very Catholic, I'm like Italian Catholic, whatever. And I was born, then my mother tripped out, and then went home to mother, so I left. And then I
Yeah.
didn't meet him till I was like 17, 18, my dad.
Oh wow.
So my mom just kind of ran me around America, trying to find love, and
Yeah.
and I followed her because I loved her. So it's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes
I
sense.
also didn't know how to drive or work a
yeah,
job.
there wasn't really
And
a
I
way
was
to
a baby.
leave
Yeah.
this and
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you think that your the traveling around the country like influenced your music style and the things that you do? Like, did you pick up on things the different places that you were?
Probably. I wouldn't say like maybe stylistically, but my sense of empathy for people.
Yeah.
Just to see, what my mother was going through, and to see, what people act like at a motel, or,
Yeah.
a Walmart parking lot, or maybe, whatever, just to sort of see the world and see that people are beautiful in the world, and they're kind of all kind of sad.
Yeah.
And that helped me. I didn't pick up any sort of stylings of the music, but I don't know that even exists a lot of the time. I think it's how you connect with humans, and maybe whatever your version of a higher power is how you make artwork. So that helps. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Do you like people watching?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what that reminded. What you just said reminded me of people.
I do in a weird way. Like I remember I had a weird period where I found a woman on YouTube who just like filmed her husband mowing the lawn.
Yeah.
And then she would like film herself making dinner, and she'd walk it over to him and like film his reaction. And she'd go to the dogs and see the dogs, and then she would like get in the bath and like flip the camera to like show her. She's like, hard day today, and she's like, so. And I'd watch and I'd be like, I'm in your life with you. This is so beautiful. You know what I mean? Because I'm like sitting alone in Brooklyn, like So yeah, I think I think people watching. Fucking Friends is a version of that.
Yeah.
You know, any kind of sitcom where it's like King of Queens or something. It's like, well, you drive this truck and you go home to this like funny, sassy wife and this like angry father-in-law, and I'm like, I want that. Like, I think that comes from having, chaos. That is why sitcoms are so great. Like, Danny Tanner, what a dad. He's like vacuuming under your feet while you're walking. Like, and they had the dog Comet. It's like the most peaceful dog named after a cleaning product. And then they have a rock star and a comedian downstairs.
Yeah.
In the basement. Like, that is shit that I watched. Yeah. And to me,
I definitely watched a lot of Full House.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. And I think that's people watching. Whether it's scripted or not, it's still people watching.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, I like sometimes I'll just be waiting like somewhere and I'll just be like, I'll do some unscripted people watching.
Yeah.
You'll just see wild things happen.
No, it's amazing.
But yeah, no, like looking at it that way, it's like scripted people watching is awesome. Because you are just like anytime you're watching a movie or a show, you're just like in that person's life, if it's real or not.
Yeah, it's like technically still a person.
Yeah,
I'm people watching, right? Or person watching.
Yeah.
That'll be my new thing when I'm talking to like one guy. I'm like, I'm person watching.
Yeah,
grammatically it works.
Yeah, it does. What's one of your favorite sitcoms?
The Office.
The Office.
Yeah.
The Office is great.
I got so sick with that show where there was a game called Quiz Up. It was like an online game with like hundreds of thousands of people. And maybe, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago, I was #1 in the world.
That's
at
bad.
The Office. And I saw BJ Novak outside Mohawk Bend. I go, I'm #1 in the world. And I showed him like it was like a little ribbon. And he was like, right on, man. And I go, no, but I'm playing the Tonight Show tomorrow. I'm not a weirdo. And he was like, good luck on the Tonight Show. And he gave me this like crazy look. Yeah. And I was like, cool. I think he thought I was literally schizophrenic.
Yeah, I go 100%.
Yeah. But I love that show because like every person is so developed. Like Angela, like Stanley, Phyllis, Michael, Dwight. They're all so hyper developed that's why it works. It's like there's no filler in that show. Creed, Meredith. There's no one that is lacking. Everyone is like the most heightened version of what that character archetype is. So it's great. And also the fact that it exists in a fucking small space and you still don't get bored.
Oh, yeah. It's like endless possibilities.
Yeah, in one room. It's like, what's Michael going to do? What's he going to say? It's like, I love that show. And it's, that's a comfort. That's a people watching.
Yeah. How many times do you think you've rewatched?
I used to only fall asleep to it.
Yeah.
So I think I learned all the facts kind of like in a weird way that maybe science would disagree with. I think I just like heard it in my sleep and it stayed. So it became kind of a thing where I couldn't even tell you how much I watched it because I just liked the sound of it.
Yeah. Yeah, like sometimes like if I'm just like trying to get like I don't want to make it sound like I only watch these when I'm going to sleep. But like Adam Sandler movies are like comfort movies for me, where it's just like I just feel calm. I feel like chill.
Right.
and then I can just like go to sleep, like almost like just listening to it or whatever. So and most of the time I'll just like start laughing. But
It depends on the movie. Like not Punch Drunk Love. You don't. Fall
no,
asleep.
not
like, no, you're
it's like
crazy.
Uncut Gems.
Yeah,
I'm just like,
I'm like, oh wow.
The comedies, not yeah.
Yeah, like Gilmore,
not
Billy
the dramas.
Madison.
Yeah.
What was the one he just did with the basketball player? That was so fucking good. One of the best movies.
That one was, I think it was called Hustle.
Man, wild.
Yeah.
That was such a good movie. Like,
Yeah,
I was kind of blown away by that. When he kept making him go up the stairs over and over, I was like, wow. Yeah, he's an interesting guy. I mean, I think that is obviously kind of a cliche thing, like Robin Williams or whatever, but
Yeah.
these really, really funny guys, they often are the best dramatic actors. Like,
Yeah, no, I
cool.
definitely like. I'm like, I remember when I was seeing the trailer and stuff for Uncut Gems and like, and people were like, oh, I don't know if he's gonna be good in this or whatever.
oh yeah,
And like, dude, he does great in
so good.
dramatic roles.
yeah.
Like, I guess there was actually proof before that, but still,
Yeah, I mean, he certainly had a little bit of proof.
yeah.
But I wonder, it would be funny if there was an inverse. So then, like, Daniel Day-Lewis was, like, the funniest guy ever, like, doing stand-up.
Yeah.
But if he, like, does There Will Be
Yeah.
Blood, and then he's doing a set at the Comedy Store, I'd be like, whoa. That'd be so cool. I don't think that it works backwards.
I don't think it does.
No.
But that would be awesome.
Yeah. I would go see that for sure.
I would definitely do that. I mean, I think people would show up regardless.
Can you imagine him just yelling at someone in the audience like, "I drink your milkshake"? Like that alone to me would be worth the price of admission.
He would, he'd be like, my straw goes all the way to the back row, and I drink it up. Yeah, that would be fucking terrifying. I would leave. If Daniel Day-Lewis tried to do crowd work on me, I would go, dude. I'd go.
Yeah, it's like, I have to leave, dude.
I'd be like, check, please.
Can you close me out?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
What are your favorite movies?
Well,
I mean, like any genre, I guess.
Yeah, I think my favorite movie of all time. I feel like these are gonna sound so obvious, but
It's all good.
Dead Poet Society, probably.
Great. That's a good one.
Yeah,
That's
that
where
one.
that's the My Captain. Is that where they stand on the desk? And that's that one, right?
Oh, Captain, My Captain.
Oh, Captain, My Captain.
Yeah, and I have a bunch of tattoos from that movie, which is so
Oh, hell
embarrassing.
yeah, that's
Well, because
sick.
he goes into like Walt Whitman, like I
don't-
sound my barbaric yelp over the roofs of the world,
Yeah.
and it was weird for me because everybody at one point was Ethan Hawke in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
When he makes him stand up and he's like, "What do you see?" And he's like, "A sweaty-toothed madman." He's like, "Say yelp, boy." He's like, "Yelp." He's like, "That's a mouse." Like, yell it. It was like this. It's such a boy movie, I think. Not to like, to say, oh, like girls can't like it, but
Yeah.
the only problem with that movie is the major love interest from one of the kids was her name was Chris.
Yeah.
And I took a lot of flack for that, having an androgynous name. But
Yeah.
I was like, it's probably spelled with a K though. So I'm
Yeah.
But I do like that, and then shit, Robin just keeps him pumping, like Good Will Hunting,
Good Will Hunting's amazing. I love
Elliott
Good Will
Smith
Hunting.
soundtrack.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I like that. I like Running on Empty. A lot of the River Phoenix stuff was really
Yeah.
good. Mosquito Coast. But a movie that if it comes on, I watch it every time and I just feel happy is
Yeah.
Notting Hill.
Yeah. I've actually never seen that.
It's Hugh Grant owns a little bookshop.
Mm-hmm.
Julia Roberts, famous actress, wanders in from the paparazzi.
Yeah.
He like goes, "Oh, I'm so terribly sorry." Like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." He like spills on it. He's always just spilling.
That was a really good Hugh Grant, by the way.
Thank
I'm
you.
not gonna lie.
I've been practicing this for 2 weeks because I knew I was coming on the show. But he has to bring her to his fucking apartment, which is completely unrealistic.
Yeah.
And then he gives her like a shirt, and then they fall in love. So you have nervous Hugh Grant, and then movie star Julia Roberts, and that's just the fucking movie. But for me, it was like hope. It felt
Yeah.
like I'm like if I was like a nerdy bookstore owner in London, I could also do that.
Yes.
You know, So I like that one. And then did you watch Long Legs? I just saw that. It was really,
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I liked it.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah, no, I liked it a lot. It was good.
Did it confuse you because you? I watched it at the what is the place by Quentin's coffee shop?
Then is it?
It's in Los Feliz, I think.
I don't know.
Well, Quentin Tarantino opened a coffee shop, and then there's an old theater that he kind of redid.
Oh, New Beverly.
The New Beverly.
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
New Beverly. Yeah.
I watched it there, and I was terrified in the beginning when he's like, "Oh, hi!" Like when it
was
just
super
showed that
scary.
shot,
Yeah.
like not his face. I was like, I jumped, and then like my friend laughed at me, and I was like, "Dude, don't." I mean, I'm gonna jump a lot, and then
I jump dude. I jump scares and stuff. Like it gets me. Like
I'll do it.
Yeah.
if anyone even looks at me too quick, I jump. I'm like, if someone came in right now, I'd be like. No. But there was a moment that was weird and almost, I wouldn't say made the movie worse or better, or it made it more complex, is that the whole theater was laughing at moments with Nick. Like when he's at the table being like, oh, no. And the people are laughing. And I just thought how interesting that they were dancing between this like surreal, terrifying, like evil and funny, and they were just kind of whipping around it, when most movies, even like Silence of the Lambs, it's kind of one note. Like Hannibal Lecter maybe tries to get a laugh, but it's fucking different, you know? So that movie kind of freaks me out. I need to watch it like 4 times and then go on Reddit or something.
Long Legs was pretty good. I liked it a lot. I liked the paranormal thing too.
Yeah.
Like that whole line of it. I liked all that.
That was very cool.
Yeah, no, it was really sick. Do you believe in ghosts? Or anything like that?
Yeah. I think it would be kind of arrogant to deny anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, have I had like an old man with a top hat walk up to me? No.
The Hat Man.
Yeah, the Hat Man. Never met the Hat Man. But I've had weird stuff. I mean, I was in an old apartment, and this is true. I mean, the people on YouTube will be like, he's lying. Yeah. Whatever. They're already going to say I look like Post Malone, so I already hate all of them anyway. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
You could leave that, actually. I was standing in my living room, and I literally heard water whispered into my ear, and I felt the air like push it, like water. Like I felt the and I turned, and there was no one there. And then my bathroom, the thing that connects the snake that connects the toilet exploded, started shooting water.
What?
And it was horrifying to me.
Yeah.
And I called all my friends. I was like, what does it mean? They're like, it means you need to get some sleep. But I said, I did. I've had a couple trippy things like that. And you wonder, is that a ghost, or who knows what it is?
Yeah, who knows?
But yeah, if I'm going to sit here and say ghosts are not real, that's not factual, because I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Like, how do you know?
Yeah, I don't think anyone really knows.
We don't know anything.
Because, we really don't.
We know nothing. I love when people are like, there's no ghosts, no aliens, no God. I go, oh, really? I go, what are you? What do you think you are? Like this, like, psychedelic monkey, like on a fucking floating rock in infinity, and you're fine. I'm like, you're terrifying. I'm like, I'm one of you also, but I'm scared of myself. Like, we're funny. We're trying.
Yeah, we're trying. So, when did you start playing music?
Pretty young, I think, like maybe 12 or 13. Because I when I ended up with my mother, I ended up in Seattle, Washington. Well, right by Mount Rainier, Wilkeson, which is, like nobody, like a coal mining town.
Yeah.
But I would get that little radio coming in, and it was truly before Kurt was dead, and I bought Pearl Jam 10 and I unfolded the cassette. I put it above my bed. And,
Sick.
so I was like grunge, like,
Yeah.
and I got a guitar and I just was like, wait, I can go like, dun, 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 dun. I'm like playing like Lithium or something. And I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa, like that was what got me, and what was weird then is I, being poor or whatever, and not like in like a sense of a badge of honor, but my stepdad, I'd be like, I'm cold. He'd be like, take my fucking flannel. And I'd put on a flannel over like one of his old Harley Davidson shirts.
Yeah.
And I don't realize like I just look grunge because
Yeah.
it is 1992 and I am in Seattle, and then I had some like crappy guitar, and I was doing that for a little bit, and that was kind of the thing. And then it went to I think from that, into the more kind of rush, like the prog thing. But the first thing that really broke me as far as rebellion was that. And I mean, I don't want to like say I'm some kind of skateboarder because I was terrible.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, it was awful.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Yeah, I remember we tried to film a skate video. I think it was when like like some of the people like when that first like Big Brother stuff, we were like, okay, we can be assholes with like a VHS, and we were like, cool, and we were all into it.
Yeah.
But I remember my friend Jeff Hino, he spent probably like 45 minutes trying to film me doing a kickflip, and I was like, this is not for me because that's like the shittiest trick ever. But yeah, at that time it was skating and it was grunge music, and then a little bit of I think punk came in, but it was more like Suicide Machines and like Op Ivy, like kind of like quick ska punk we got into. But yeah, I kind of forget the influences, or what would you say?
Like I honestly forgot what I asked.
It doesn't matter.
I kind of feel like you need to explore the ska punk angle of that, though. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, we love that.
Yeah, no, ska. Like,
Yeah.
ska fan. I don't know what. I was just like, ska?
Yeah. Well, I did.
So
I
what are your
did.
thoughts on ska?
I
Why am I my phone playing out loud?
That's the ska. That's someone from the ska, dude. Just someone's
Someone's
going.
got thoughts. I think that was Scott Kloppenstein calling back.
I did
ska
see.
gods.
I do remember. I was probably, oh man, I don't know, 16, and I went to a weird house show in Washington, like horrible little town, redneck town,
Yeah.
and I saw Skank and Pickle, and it was awesome because that is where
Yeah.
I looked at everyone skanking.
Yeah.
And I was like, what are they doing? And then I kind of went in the back and then like did it like in the shadows alone to like
so you did
to train. Yeah, and then I came in. I came in doing it, and people were like, he's doing it. It was interesting. I mean, you try. That's the
And
thing
he
with
never
life.
stopped. I never saw him
I
again.
actually, when I said I was late, it's because I skanked all the way here.
Dude, that would be so cool. Imagine someone live streaming that. It's like, I'm gonna skank all the way across the United States.
Yeah.
And
That'd be good, like Forrest Gump just skanking.
The weirdest Forrest Gump sequel ever.
yeah. There was this Adult Swim show called Delocated where he like tap dances all the way to Maine.
Whoa, is this? It's not real.
Not real. It's
Oh,
just
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's like a mockumentary like show about this guy that's in he's wanted by like the Russian mob's trying to kill him, and they're filming a reality show about his life, and they're also filming the Russian mob, and they're like filming both sides of it.
Whoa, I like that. I like that.
Yeah,
I gotta
it's really
watch that.
funny. And like the beginning of every season, Paul Rudd dies.
Man, and Paul Rudd's in this.
Just for that part.
Yeah,
Just so he can
I'll
die.
watch anything he's in. Probably that's kind of my rule of Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd rule.
The Paul Rudd rule.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's really made anything that sucks. Like,
No. I mean, I remember I saw Wanderlust. Do you remember that movie? I saw that in the theater, and when he's in the mirror,
Yeah.
amping himself up to have sex with a girl? He's like, I'm fixing to fuck. That shit, dude. I was like tearing. Like, that's the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, so
Yeah, he's so funny.
he's great.
There's that one Netflix show that he did. This was like it wasn't really a comedy. I don't think it was. I think there might have been comedy elements, but he like goes to some like spa and they like clone him and another version of himself shows up.
Yeah. I watched that.
I never finished that. I need to fucking finish it.
I watched that
Just
though
remind me
after
of that.
this like Persian girl. I told her I don't smoke weed, and she's like, "Yeah, but this isn't weed. It's like a pen." And then I hit the. She's like, "It'll make you relax," and I hit it a couple times, and then she put that movie on. So I have a weird energy with that because I got thrown in the deep end with that.
Yeah, not a good time to watch that.
No.
Oh, it makes you think.
I was gonna ask you actually. I was thinking. I was like, what do I ask this guy?
Yeah.
Do you think that sort of the stuff with like the Jackass stuff, the action of like potentially harming yourself, like is it and I say this with all respect and pure curiosity, is it like sadism, or is it trying to like just make a bold enough statement that it will put you into the public eye, or is it for money, or is it just for friendship, or is it for fucking neither?
To be honest, I think it can be for all of those things, and I think some people I know have went through like just and me as well. Like the reasoning behind it like changes as you go along.
Oh yeah.
You know, but the thing is though, like the people that keep doing it are the people that love doing like crazy things, because there's a bunch of people that will like it'll eventually fizzle out and they won't do it anymore. But like
I see what you mean.
Yeah, because it's like the career trajectory on it isn't like that. Like it's not like the best. Like I mean, like you can get known for something, but like the thing is like the fact that I did like it's like I almost like to me. I think like the getting into Jackass thing, which is probably like is kind of like it's like very like I feel like I'm just lucky, you know?
Yeah, there's like 9 of them, out of billions of people.
yeah, literally. Because like
insane.
there's when I started doing that stuff, there was so many. I never thought that would happen.
Yeah,
that wasn't even a thought that I would be able to do something with them. Like it was more, and I knew tons of other people that were doing like that had like their own little stunt crew and stuff. And like they all eventually like, you know, it all fizzles out at some point.
Yeah, that makes sense. And it's kind of cool because I feel like you took that, and you don't really have to like throw yourself into like a flaming pile of diapers with like nails. You're like, I have podcasts, you're doing stand up. You know what I mean? It's like, do you feel like that was kind of? Do you feel better now where you are? You're like, I don't have to deal with that.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, I just thought it was like, okay, like I've been doing that, like I've just been doing like the same like thing for like a long time. I want to do other things too, and I just want to explore that, you know.
Right.
And it's like stuff that I've always really wanted to do. Like I've always wanted to like. Because when I first started filming videos, it's like I just wanted to make movies. But then the easiest thing for my friends and I to film, like we first started off making like short films. Then we would like I would film people doing stupid things. I would do stupid things.
Right.
And that would always, and you know, like we put like short films and stuff online, but no one cared, like, you know. And then like that, we end up putting that stuff online and it does well, you know.
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, the first time I saw you, I think was online, just random stuff.
Yeah.
And then I remember I watched the Jackass movie, and I'm like, that's that fucking guy? Like, how the hell did he get on this movie? Like, not in a mean way, but I'm like, like, I don't, what the, like, I was trying to, like, I was like, he must be fucking stoked, because that was fucking cool to see him. I was like, there he is. I know him from, like, definitely not Jackass. And it was cool. And then to see... And then you popped up again on just the Explore page and through I guess Sean and just different comedians and stuff. But it seems like you're killing it because like all my stuff is like all the you know usual suspects, and you're popping up on there. So I'm like, cool, man. So, yeah, that's great. But that is a good answer, like how it can kind of flux, because that could be the same answer for why I make music.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
fucking know. It changes every day.
It literally
really.
does.
Yeah.
It just sort of changes. Like, I mean, there was definitely like times where I'm like, I just want to bleed, you know, or like I want to do this, or I want to do that. One time, like when we were filming Jackass, like it was so funny. I was sick, and I literally, like, I was having like an equilibrium. I had like an ear infection. I was like dizzy.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't even know if I should be filming right now.
Right.
But I was like, I got on this, like, I did the little motorcycle jump in the movie. And when I hit the ground, like, I hit so hard, it, like, I felt like I wasn't sick anymore.
It like knocked the sickness out.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude.
I was like, dude, like, I don't know how this happens, but, like, I was literally fine after that.
I'm just picturing like Cedar Sinai. They have like a back area. They're just putting like people with cancer like on a little mini bike.
Yeah.
And it just knocks it out of them. Dude.
Yeah.
And you're standing there. You're like, faster. This is how this.
Yeah, it's like that episode of The Simpsons where Homer's trying to fix people's backs, and he pushes them over a garbage can or whatever.
It's the same.
Yeah,
same theory. I mean that kind of works. I've definitely been involved in that in my life where I've felt like, oh, I have a pain or something, you know, and I'm wasted, and I don't know, maybe in Seattle, and then like I fell down some, and I'm like, oh, I'm good. Like it's like this chaotic fix can happen, you know. And but the
chaotic fix is a good name for that business.
The chaotic fix. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They're like, so what are you going to do, doc? You're like, well, I'm not sure. Yeah. I'm going to send you down this abandoned water slide, and we're going to hope that you don't have MS anymore. It's like, okay.
It works all the time. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh. So where all have you lived in the United States?
I would say Boston, Philly, New York, Florida, Montana, Washington, Portland, California, Texas, and maybe another one, but I don't know. It's a lot, yeah.
Which one did you probably like the most, or what? Like, what do you?
Well, what's tough about the question is that the places they change.
Yeah.
So for me to love, you know, living in Greenpoint, Brooklyn, 15 years ago, if I went back now,
it's like different now.
No, thank you. Yeah, and even same for parts of LA. I mean, I stayed in Silver Lake, and now it's different. Everywhere's different.
I guess if they were all the same, then.
If they were all the same, I'd say probably Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, there's like a loneliness to New York because it's like so many people, and I don't know, I feel weird over there. Like that ocean is way more harsh, you know?
I understand that.
Yeah, you're like, oh my God. It's like you just feel like even if you're in like Philly or Boston, you're like, ugh, like you think you're in like a weird movie, like a Scorsese movie, and you're like, just chill out. But here, it feels more like, yo, Kerouac, and you can go to like Big Sur and do all this BS. And so I would say it would be New York or LA. Seattle was great, but I mean, it gets pretty grim there, you know? Pretty gray. Like, it doesn't get gray, it just is gray forever. Like 300 days a year or whatever.
Yeah. No, I would hate that. Yeah, when I was a kid, they like said I had a seasonal affect, like something depression disorder. It was like
seasonal depression disorder.
Yeah. And they like prescribed me a lamp. And like I hated
that sun lamp thing.
Yeah, I hated the lamp so much.
Yeah, I had a few of those. Yeah, you need them. Yeah, Seattle is weird. I had a girlfriend in Seattle, and I woke up one morning and she was like in the corner, like squatting down. And I'm like, good morning. She's like, hi. I go, what's wrong? She goes, I just feel like the weight of everything, and I don't know why I'm even here. And I just said, no, it's just like raining a lot. And she's like,
Yeah.
okay. She like got up.
Yeah,
It's like, let's have some
fuck,
coffee.
dude.
Yeah, I'm like, turn the lights on,
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's true. I
You gotta sit
mean,
under the lamp.
people get pretty dark out there.
Yeah, no, I bet. Yeah.
But I think there's a reverse to that. Is we were talking about the inverse of everything.
Mm-hmm.
There is no truth. I mean, to me, a day that's sunny every day, like in LA. I mean,
Yeah.
I think LA is getting a little different, but when I lived in LA a long time ago, like for periods of time, I'm like, wait, I can never wear a jacket. I can never wear a beanie. I can never do this. And I'm like, it's the same day every day over and over. And that felt like a form of hell also.
Yeah. I didn't even think of it like that. Fuck.
Yeah.
No, that sucks too. It's like a Groundhog's Day. Like
People need variety.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think if I were God, I would say rain, sun, snow, maybe like some fall leaves blowing around, then maybe a mild day, and then back to a sunny day, and then back to the rain. Just like give us a full cycle of something,
Yeah, definitely. Like, dude, if I think it's like, isn't it in Alaska where some places don't see sun like at all for months? Like that would be horrible, dude. I would freak out.
They actually made a really good vampire movie based on that.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what a choice, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because they're like, oh, you're safe when the sun comes out, and the vampires are like, well, too bad. It ain't fucking coming out, dude. You're in Alaska, you're doomed.
Dude, that's horrible.
It's 30 Days a Night.
Yeah.
I think it was a comic book first too. The movie's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah,
It's a great
it was a
concept.
comic.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. When did that come out?
20 years ago.
Yeah,
This one
about
probably
20
is
years.
old. Yeah.
It's like okay.
It's not, Al Pacino's not in that, right? Or am I being
No.
crazy?
I think. Hang on. Now I need to look.
Vincent Gallo.
Yeah.
No. Oh, it's actually an Adam Sandler movie. It'd be amazing.
It's one of his dramatic roles.
Yeah.
Oh, there's two of them.
Vin Diesel's in it.
Is the second one called 60 Days of Night? What is it?
It's Josh Hartnett in the first one,
What?
and the vampire is Danny Hudson.
They're
Okay.
gonna say Danny Elfman.
Danny
I was
Elfman
like,
would be
what?
amazing.
That'd have been awesome. They're going to say Daniel Day-Lewis.
I drink your milkshake. Dark Days is the second one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That one was good.
Well, I ask everyone that comes on the podcast this question.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that you do every day to make sure you're reaching your maximum potential?
Mm. I think the most important thing for me is community.
Mm-hmm.
Just a friend you can call, talk to him, or literally go sit in a room with people and have community. As far as like the man is an island, that can become difficult. Because I could say I could go for a run, or I could, blend a bunch of vegetables and fruit into a blender, and that's my potential.
Yeah.
But I think that feels futile. I think I need a community and friends, and usually when I wake up or throughout the day, I check in with my friends and just say, hey, I love you. What are you up to? And sometimes we'll do a phone call. Sometimes we won't. And I think to remember that you're not alone is super important. And that's probably my main thing.
Hell yeah. No, that's great. Oh, that's really cool. Fuck yeah, dude. Well, thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, it was rad.
Dude.
I had a
This
great
has been
time.
awesome.
Yeah.
This flew by.
It really did. I'm like,
It literally felt like it was like you just came in.
Yeah. Yeah, it was, we hit like a time warp or something.
Yeah, dude. Like, fuck.
Yeah, that was rad. Well, thank you for having me. I
No,
appreciate
thank
it.
you so
Yeah,
much,
looking
dude. That was
forward to
awesome. Is there anything you want to plug?
it. I got an album I just put out called Bright Soil.
Oh, yeah.
It's the title track has Wesley from the Lumineers on it, and the drummer is Jeremiah from Modest Mouse, who passed away after the album.
Oh, shit.
Which I don't talk about much out of respect because I don't want to take
Yeah.
anything. I just want to let him lie, and I love him so much. But the record's nice, and I would say if you want to know what I'm about besides my weird cadence or whatever.
Yeah.
Fucking yeah, go to Spotify.
Hell yeah. Well, go check him out, everyone. Stay maximum.